We're at the Boyd Sanatorium, which is in the Dripping Springs Natural Area in the Oregon Mountains Desert Peaks National Monument. Back in the late 1800s and early 1900s, Dr. Boyd came up here and created a tuberculosis sanatorium. He did take in tuberculosis patients, but from what we've been learning recently, it was as much a form of spa for people to come to. Behind me is Dr. Boyd's house. Off here below to my left was the kitchen and cafeteria for the people staying here. There was another building behind that that has since collapsed, and we have no idea what function that had. It's a fascinating construct here because what they did was they built 2 reservoirs in the canyon and then pumped water up to a cistern, and then everything from there was gravity fed.
This building was constructed by the Native American Puro people, the workers, and it's constructed with rock from the mountain, so it's native rock here, which is probably partially why it's lasted for so long. As well, you can see that there's some wood parts. There used to be a pretty big pine forest here, and over the years they've taken the pine trees out both for the construction of the mountain camp and also for the use of the steam engines down at Modoc Mine. There were lots of visitors who came up just to enjoy the fresh mountain air, and there are also a lot of celebrations up here. We know from pictures and also from the scientists who have studied this area that there was a gazebo, there was a dance floor, some people say that there was a bowling alley and even a skating rink. So we're hoping to get more people from the local area to come visit soon. It's really common at the visitor center for people to come in and they say that they're from this area, whether it's El Paso, Juarez, or Las Cruces, and they say that they didn't even know that this place existed. And I think that this area is so valuable in terms of biological diversity, a way to get really good exercise in a really pretty area.
We're at the base of a multi-stage water holding system that Colonel Van Patton built to supply his house and his guest camp. This is the lowest of 2 dams that held water pumped uphill to both places and then gravity fed down from there. This dam no longer holds much water. Over the years it's silted in and it holds a little bit, but very little. There's an upper dam farther up canyon behind me that still holds quite a bit of water and often holds it year-round. And then above that is a small holding pond that really isn't dammed. Back then there was a lot more water than now, and we're talking, you know, a little over 100 years ago, 150 years ago, it was much wetter than now. Well, the place is called Dripping Springs because now, and actually in the past, most of the time, the water basically trickled down through the canyon and wasn't a full flow except in the spring. So it dripped, thus Dripping Springs. And it's dripping down along the canyon and down these cliffs, which in the spring after the snow melt are waterfalls, and very beautiful and worth seeing.
Vengan todos a Dripping Springs, es un lugar excepcional para recrear. Puedes hacer caminatas, senderismo o simplemente sentarse y disfrutar la naturaleza que nosotros tenemos aquí en la comunidad de Las Cruces.